Hello everyone, I'm Ken Reels, and welcome to This Anime, the podcast that talks about anime past, present, and future, all with the exclamation of This Anime. And welcome to episode 5 of the My Hero Academia Rewatch series, where we are counting down to the release of My Hero Academia Season 6 by breaking down every single season of My Hero Academia, plus the movies, all leading up to that October premiere. And this is episode 5, where we are taking a look at the second half of season 3, which I like to, well, it's not even like to call. This is the provisional exam arc. And yeah, no, this is by far, we went from a very heavy sequence with the whole end of All Might as the hero kind of situation with All for One versus All Might. And now we have the let's kind of get back into the school of it all with this. And overall, like I still love the show. And going back and rewatching this, season 3, I think, is the most consistent, oddly enough. And again, this also has a random episode in the middle that is sort of a lead into the movie. It's not really a lead into the movie in all intents and purposes. It's just a random anime-only episode that just goes directly into the movie. It's not really a thing, and it like goes backwards in time, and it's an inconsequential episode. And what we're actually covering is episodes 51 through 63 of the show. I believe it's like one of the first few episodes of the second half of the season where we get the anime only episode. And like even the dub kind of recognizes, like, wait, weren't we just in the middle of a very big climactic moment in the anime? Why are we stopping to promote the movie? Like, it's even questioning why we're promoting a movie in the middle of like a big climactic point in this show. And to be fair, because marketing. But overall, like, I think season 3 is the most consistent. Not only does season 3 have some of my favorite moments, it's not my favorite moment. My favorite moment is actually coming in season 6. Can't wait for that. But this has probably my second favorite moment in all of My Hero, period. Like, just period. It is absolutely amazing. And we get, at the end of the season, this season, we finally get introduced to my boy, best boy. I am not taking any fucking substitutes. That is Mirio Togata. He is best boy, period. No questions asked. That man, that friggin' Tintin looking mofo is the best. And season 4, you will see exactly why. But overall, we get introduced to the big 3, which is Mirio, Togata, as well as, let me make sure I get these names right, because of course, we've got Neji Haruto, and where is that character? Tamaki Ajimaki. And those the big 3 of UA, are the big members of the class, and they're great. And I don't know. I'm not endeared to anyone but Mirio. Mirio is the best, like the best. And I mean, we get some really good performances out of our main cast for the most part. Justin Brenner always is great. And we also get introduced to another one of the pro heroes. We sort of got introduced to him a little bit earlier in the season, and that is Gang Orca. He is one of the best heroes in the game, and Gang Orca is the shit. You do not mess with Gang Orca. He is one of those characters you just don't mess with. 100%. And gotta give credit. Gang Orca, good boy. Gang Orca is a great character. And overall, like, I love this season. And specifically why I love this season is the quote-unquote finale. Not the true finale of the season, because we get introduced to Mirio and all that through the fallout of what I consider the finale of the season, and that is the rematch between Deku versus Bakugo. And the moment that Bakugo breaks down and lays everything out is one of the most emotional moments that I've ever read in manga. When I read it, I was just like, wow, I feel this. And when it came down to the anime, both English and Japanese, Clifford Chapman, the man is great. He is a great voice talent, great director of voice talent, and he just kills this. The pain you feel for Bakugo here, where he just like breaks down. It's like he thinks that he's the reason why All Might's gone, why All Might can't be a hero anymore. It was him and not just something that was inevitably going to happen because he had passed it on to Deku. And it just, like, you're just heartbroken. You go, what? No. That's what you thought. Like, he kept all these emotions bottled up because that's just who he is as a character. And when he finally lets it go, you realize, like, oh, no, that would make sense. Of course. And just who he is as a character, he just wants to be there. He's always looked up to All Might. He will never stop looking up to All Might. And because Deku somehow he feels that Deku somehow has more of All Might's tutelage, as it were, it breaks him. Because, like, why? The kid that he always saw as weak, he always saw as inferior to him, is now easily surpassing him in every single possible way, including the person he idolized is mentoring him. It tears him apart, and it's why I love Bakugo's character. And it like this moment specifically is where I fully was invested in Bakugo. This moment, especially in the manga, is when I went, no, Bakugo is way more... Like, this whole season has been a Bakugo redemption story, as it were. But this moment, this breakdown, is where Bakugo stopped being the bully character and started being a character that I'm highly invested in. I'm highly invested in Bakugo's story. And I'm not going to spoil some of the current manga stuff, but for those manga readers that are up to date, you know what I'm saying. Bakugo is one of the best characters. And there's some stuff ahead of us that is going to be... It's going to break people's hearts. It's going to break people's hearts. And I cannot wait to deliciously drink all that sorrow. And I like, especially like even in season 4, like I knew what was coming, and I like it hit me just as hard, and it hits me just as hard watching season 3 as much as it did reading the manga. And I give credit to the folks at Studio Bones. They are great. They are great. They do a lot of amazing work, and I can't say it enough. Like this is Bakugo's redemption. It 100% is. And we get some highlights of the provisional license arc here. We've got some great time with Momo, and how she has thought of more. She has found a way to use her mind far more liberally than and less structured as she's so used to doing, especially when up against an opponent like this. I don't know if it's an anime. I don't remember if it's an anime only character. It's one of those like it's probably one of those blink and you miss it in the manga kind of situations, and they expand upon it in the anime to be half the friggin' episode. And you have this character whose quirk is to multiply her IQ. Like, she has an already high IQ, but when she drinks tea, she can increase her IQ to exponential levels. So she's like thinking 3-4 steps ahead, and she's planning all this things. And Momo at first is thinking rationally, because that's who she is. She's a character of rational thinking. And she realizes, no, the best way to beat this opponent is to be unrational. Un-me. And that's what allows her to win in the end. And that's some of the coolest bits. We do get a little bit of we do get some Bakugo fighting in that situation. During the provisional license, we get some Bakugo fighting. We actually get Kaminari's like redemption. Like this is a man that this is the moment when Kaminari becomes part of the Bakugo squad. Like 100%, he's dedicated to the Bakugo squad now, and that with Kirishima. Kirishima was always Bakugo's boy. But now Kaminari is his number 2, for sure. His number 3, as it were. Like, Bakugo's number 3 is Kaminari, hands down. And he's great. Like, Kaminari is a bit of a goofball, but when the chips are down, he's willing to go just above and beyond as everyone else, and that's awesome. And also this season, we get the official kind of recognition of what Toru Hakamori in the Invisible Girl's powers actually are, and that it's actually reflecting light. Like, her power is to reflect light. She's not she's not technically invisible. She just reflects light off her body like a prism. So she can use that to her advantage and blind people and stuff, and that's really cool. We do end up, spoilers for the manga, we do end up seeing a glimpse of what she looks like. And that's really cool. That's a really cool moment. I don't want to spoil it. It is one of the most emotional, it's one of the key emotional moments that I don't think we're going to get through. We're probably not going to get to in season 6. We're probably going to get to in season 7. And like My Hero is probably going to last another maybe season 9, season 10, and then that's it. Given the way the manga is headed, I feel like that's where it's going to land. It depends on how they pace this next season, where everything lies, because there's some really good moments upcoming for My Hero, and I can't wait to see how season 6 gets paced, because if season 6 gets paced the way I think it's going to get paced, we might end up ending on season 9 and not season 10. If they do elongate it a little bit, season 10 is when we're going to have an actual definitive ending, if the manga does officially end in the next 6 to 8 months, as I feel like it might. But again, this is all speculation and whatnot. But yeah, no, that is gonna be it for this episode of the My Hero Academia Rewatch. We have gone through 3 full seasons and a movie, and next time we're gonna tackle the first half of season 4, which is by far my favorite arc, one of my favorite arcs in My Hero. The second half of season 4 is actually my favorite, but season 4 is 2 of my favorite arcs, one of which was a year-long of the manga that was condensed into just one cour, one 13-episode cour, and I've got a lot to talk about with that. But we will get to that next week. So thank you guys for listening. Follow me on Twitter at KenReels. Follow the podcast at ThisAnimePod. ThisAnimePodcast.com is where you can find the episode posts, as well as links to where you can find the podcast on all available platforms, which is a laundry list. And I'm going to get out of here. Plus Ultra, everybody. Roll that music.